Howdy, partners. We're talking about cowboy guns next with Mr. Joe Drammissi.
Yee Haw. Hey, but first, a lot of companies are frustrated with their website. It looks old, it's hard to update, and it's not generating any leads. Well, we have an answer. Sage Tree gets it. Since 2005, Sage Tree has been helping companies with websites that look great, work great, and get leads. Stop being embarrassed by your website and get one that's you're proud to share. Contact Sage Tree today to get a website that makes the phone ring. Getting started is easy. Go to sagetree.com and schedule a call. Go to sagetree.com and press that schedule a call button right away. All right, Joe. Are cowboy guns really fun?
Of course they're really fun. I wouldn't say it if they weren't really fun.
I'm just reading what it said.
Oh, okay. Yes, they're fun.
What's fun about them?
So, I'll give you the story here. As you know, I've always been a big fan of Westerns and John Wayne and all that kind of stuff. So it was only natural that eventually I'd have to have some of these, period guns from back then. And, being in California, I'm kind of at a disadvantage a little bit where, you don't readily come across these things. If you live in the free states, they have gun shows and things like that, and people see these things a lot. So I thought replicas are a good place to start. So you can get a replica old, Western gun here. You get a really nice high quality gun at a reasonable price. So I started out with the first one I got was an 1873 Winchester lever gun replica.
Ooh, I love those.
And it was funny because when I was telling people I was looking for something like that, everybody said the same thing. Oh, lever gun, you'll love it. You'll love it. And so I said, okay. So Uberti is one of the Italian guns. There's a couple of Italian makers or Italian gun manufacturers, I guess, that make replica guns that are pretty high quality. So Uberti is one of them. And I started looking at what they had. And I ended up getting this 1873 Winchester carbine. And it was just, I got it, and it's just a beautiful gun. I got it in 357 Magnum, that caliber, because there were several calibers I can get in. And when I did it, I knew less than I know today. So I was thinking, okay, well, I've got these other guns in that caliber, so I'll just get it in that caliber. It'll be handy. So I think the next one that I get, I'll get in a more traditional caliber, I think, for that.
What about Henry?
Henry's got beautiful guns. Yeah, that's another one, too. There are more guns on the list. That's where I started. So I ended up with that lever gun, and it's just a beautiful gun. I wish, if we were on a gun show, I could have brought it in and just kind of showed everybody. But since we can't do that here, I couldn't bring it in.
Yeah,
I almost
YouTube.
did. But it's just a beautiful gun. It shoots really well, out to easily. I mean, I could shoot it pretty accurately out to 100 yards, and that's freestanding. That's without a bench or anything like that. And, and it's got the buckhorn sights on it. So it's got the regular iron sights, the octagonal barrel, and it's just a beautiful gun. It's a lot of fun. So that's where I started. And then, I'm thinking the next progression is, okay, well, I have to have a handgun. You got to get an old 6-shooter. And there's a gun out there also made by Uberti that's it's called the Rooster Shooter. And if you're a John Wayne fan, if you're familiar with, if you've seen El Dorado, one of the John Wayne movies with John Wayne and Robert Mitchum, or if you've seen the original True Grit with John Wayne, the gun that he uses in those movies is what this replica is. And it was a gun that John Wayne used in a number of movies. And it's kind of unique. If you look at the handgun, if you see those two movies, and I'll include a picture or two here in the article when I publish it tomorrow. But if you look, you could see the handles they were supposed to be a yellowed ivory. And it's actually, the story behind it is they're not really ivory handles. John Wayne had liked that gun, and he was in a shop somewhere in the Southwest, they said in Arizona or someplace. And he found these handles or these panels for his handgun. And he liked them, and he picked them up, and they were made out of some synthetic material that they say hasn't been available in about 50 years, but that's what he used for the guns. So Uberti did something similar to it, but if you look at the gun, if you look in the movies or if you look at the pictures, they have kind of the handles, the grip panels look almost orange, and they were supposed to be kind of a yellowed ivory. So that was the gun I wanted. That was the Rooster Shooter, and
Because that was his name, Rooster Cockburn.
yeah,
right?
that's
And
what
True Grit.
yeah, that's what they named the gun. So because it was a replica of that gun, and I delayed it. I hesitated. Everybody had these things. They were a reasonable price, and I didn't do it. And then COVID hit, and after COVID, nobody has these guns. You would think, okay, who's buying old cowboy guns for protection? I don't know what the reason is, but you can find these guns nowhere now. And so
What's that old saying? You snooze, you lose.
I learned a valuable lesson there. So what I did is I went to Plan B. So what I found was Plan B was the gun I showed you a little bit earlier. Can I say I showed it to you? Because I don't want to get thrown off here again. I get that was okay.
Yeah, you showed me a picture of it.
Okay, yeah, it was a picture. What that is, that's a gun by Cimarron, is another good company, and they do the same thing. They distribute for these Italian gun makers, but Cimarron has one called a Pistolero, which I ended up buying, and I did get this one in 45 long Colt, and just a beautiful gun. You guys saw the picture earlier today, but it's really nice. It's got the walnut grips. It's got a brass trigger guard and backstrap to it. The cylinder and the barrel are all blued, and just a beautiful gun. And it shoots really well too. A lot of things, with these older style guns, if you shoot them, I think you remarked when you were looking at the picture that the trigger guard seems small, the handle seems small, and a lot of those period kind of guns are that way. And it's interesting. One of the things I didn't get on the lever gun, and I almost did, and I chickened out. But
the loop.
Yeah, the next gun is going to have the John Wayne loop on it.
Nice.
And the actual real reason for that is people in the wintertime had gloves on, and if you look at like the 1873 lever gun, that lever is tiny. I mean, I can get my hand in it now pretty easily, but if I had gloves on, I don't know that I'd be able to do that. So the next one will be like that. But even the handgun, the Pistolero handgun, the trigger guard is tight for for your fingers. And again, if you grab the gun, it doesn't feel like a modern gun, but it shoots really well. Because one of the other things that you'll see with those handguns sometimes is they've got that blade sight. The front sight is a blade sight, and the sight sometimes is taller. And which means what happens actually is if you line that tall front sight up with the rear cutout sight, what happens is the gun shoots a little bit low because the sight is so tall. You're actually pointing down to get it lined up. Mine, I don't think does that. Again, I wasn't shooting it from a bench. I was having fun just standing and shooting it at about 15 yards.
John Wayning it.
I did not try that, but I may try that next time. But mine, I don't think shoots low like that, so I'll have to check it out next time. But
how's your quick draw?
That's another thing too, because everybody's tempted to do it. You don't want to do it with a loaded gun, but
shoot yourself in the foot.
Well, my son was in Mexico a couple of years ago, and he ran into some old holster maker down there, and he brought me back a leather cowboy holster. And I've got this gun that actually works with it.
It fits?
So I was trying that today, and I got to give I got a lot of respect now for these actors that do this kind of stuff, because it is not that easy to grab that thing and draw it out of there. Cocking the hammer back, getting your finger on the trigger. It's also not easy twirling it, but I got time here, so I'm going to work on it. So cowboy guns are fun. Everybody, except for certain actors, should have them.
Right?
All right. That's cool.
All right. We'll start calling him Tex.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Don't do easy.
And do the rest of it.
Thanks for watching this clip from Gun Owners Radio. You can watch us live every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. California time, right here on our YouTube channel, or if you're in the San Diego area, you can listen to us on 1170 a.m. We're also available on your favorite podcast platform for free. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can help restore and protect the Second Amendment, not just in California, but across the country.